How to teach multiplication facts. This is going to be the same as when you're teaching division, addition, and subtraction, but a lot of students don't know their multiplication facts inside and out. And this is one of those times when good enough is not good enough. I was talking to Teresa at Poulsbo Tutoring. I actually have the privilege of being able to tutor right now in our local community, and she's the owner of this tutor center. And she was saying she always had her students start with multiplication drills. She said, Becky, you'd be surprised how many students all the way into high school don't know their multiplication facts. So I tested it with my next student. I was sitting there and I asked him, so how are you on your multiplication facts? And he said, pretty good, good enough. And I went, no. And I ran and I got a multiplication drill sheet, and I got one for him and one for me. And I said, on your mark. He goes, oh no. I go, get set. And I grabbed my pencil and I said, go. And we raced to do the multiplication. And it was so funny. He's like, oh, I'm going to get smoked. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to share a video from another gentleman that I found on YouTube that actually shows you one of the ways that you can help your students master their multiplication facts. And it takes those 144 squares and breaks them down into smaller chunks so that your students will be like, oh, okay, I can actually do this. So stick to the end so that you get that resource. The challenge with multiplication is that, especially as a homeschooler, when I'm talking with homeschoolers all the time, there is this fear that they're not doing enough. And there is the pressure from whatever curriculum that you're using to do the next lesson and to move forward. But I can tell you straight across the board that speed is not your friend when you're just trudging through teaching concepts to students. You have to slow down and make sure they master those facts, because here's what's going to happen. It's fine when they're in second and third grade for them to go 5, 10, 15, 20 and to count on their fingers. But when you start to bump into and raise your head into algebra or calculus or chemistry or anywhere where you will need to do complex computations, not knowing that 7 times 8 is 56 off the top of your head as fast as you know when your birthday is, slows your student down. It's not that they can't do the math, it's that a lesson that will take them, or a problem that will take them 5 minutes to solve, will take them 15 minutes or half an hour to solve, because they don't know their addition facts. They don't know their subtraction facts. They don't know their multiplication and division. Oh, they know some of them, but they don't know all of them. So how do you teach your kids multiplication? How do you teach them their math facts? Here's the not so secret news flash. Practice. And you practice a lot. And you practice in various ways. You practice on doing math drills. You practice with flashcards. You practice with sidewalk chalk outside, where you create a hopscotch and then the multiplication problems in there that they're struggling with, and they have to hop through the hopscotch. You can do laps around a field, and you can just play. You can play catch with the ball, where you say a math fact 3 times 4, and they have to answer before they catch the ball. So you want to get creative. The reality is that just listening is not enough for your students. And for most students, just doing the math drill is not enough. So what you do is you can give, I want you all, I'm going to put a link to a free 100 or 100 and a free math drill sheet that you can pull up, and I want you to print it. I want you to print multiples, and I want you to sit with your children, and you and your children do the math drill page and time yourselves. You write that time at the top of the page. It becomes the slowest time that you want to allow. And then every time you do that drill sheet, you want the times to get faster and faster and faster. Now, a caveat or a warning, if your student is really weak on their facts, then you stop at 5 minutes, even if they've only done 12 problems. Okay. So you do the benchmark drill that has a time on it, just like my student who is in high school and knows his facts well enough. He did not finish the sheet in 5 minutes. And I said, we're going to fix this. It's challenge accepted. I'm going to help you fix this because you're about to go into algebra or algebra 2 and you need to know your multiplication facts. You're a smart kid and this you want to be fast at your facts. So you do the math fact page. You do it as a drill. Do it a minimum of 3 times a week. Daily is better, but a minimum of 3 days a week. And then you want to do math fact practice, not math pages, not math workbooks, not math lessons, but you do math fact practice every single day, 6 days a week for 2 to 5 minutes. And you do flashcards and you do math raps and you do all kinds of activities. Get the activities into your kids' hands so that they have to do stuff. The math raps are a good one. And I have a resource down below with my favorite math resources, and it's a free resource, so you'll find that in the links below. But get creative and really make it a top priority that your kids master those math facts. The higher math is necessary for some of your kids. Remember, not all of your children are mathematicians. I have 5 sons, only one of them is a mathematician. Everybody else has a different talent. Some are writers or musicians or historian type brains. One is a mathematician. He needed to go all the way through calculus. That was part of who he is. But all of them need their math facts so that they're not counting on their fingers and toes when they're trying to do things like quadratic equations or balancing chemistry, chemical formulas, or those types of things. You want to gift your children with a solid foundation in math facts. So I have a bunch of resources for you down below. I would love to hear in the comments if your kids have mastered their math facts. And then the video that I'm sharing, wherever it pops up on this screen, this is one of the tools that I've used to help my own children understand that they already know most of the facts. When it comes down to it, there's typically 6 to 9 facts that are just hard to memorize. And if you lean into that section, the rest of the grid fills out very, very quickly. And you'll see what I mean when you watch that video. So if you're finding these resources helpful and encouraging, please like, please subscribe, please click the little bell. I don't usually ask for that, but it really helps our channel grow and reach more homeschoolers. And let me know if you have specific math issues with your kids, not you specifically, but specific math things, and I will see what kind of resources I can pull up for you. Have a great day and get those math facts memorized.